If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. This is going to be a girl chat video today. We're going to sit here, get to know each other. And of course, this is a safe space for you to be that girl because you are her already. Of course, most of my content is things that I'm talking about from my experience. So this, of course, is going to be the same thing. The whole point of being that girl is you discovering the you that you are always meant to be. For so many years, I became the person I felt like I needed to be in certain environments because of certain circumstances caused me to be. Some people call it survival mode. It's like the person you become to nurture yourself in toxic situations, or the person you become to manage whatever the circumstances are around you. And I had to be who I had to be in those seasons. But I never felt like I was ever myself. I became who I had to be to survive. I became who I had to be around certain people and to be in certain environments that in the long run, it didn't benefit me at all. And so I have to express the importance of, first, if you want to truly blossom into being that girl and being your true authentic self, you have to be in the right environment. Also, sometimes walking alone, like walking the narrow path where you don't see a lot of people on that path, because you may see a lot of people going in one direction, but that does not mean that they're going in the right direction. And you may have to walk alone sometimes. It requires you to be in the right environment to become the person you were always meant to be. You can't be in an environment where you have no support. You can't be in an environment where it's extremely toxic. You can't be in an environment where the circumstances aren't right. I know that in life we're going to experience trouble and tests and things are going to happen out of our control. However, to the best of your ability, if at all possible, try to make the best decisions to make sure that you're not staying anywhere too long that you shouldn't be. I can always notice a pattern when I'm going to places or in a place too long that I shouldn't be, because I start becoming a person that I'm not supposed to be, or that I'm not at all. I start exuding qualities that aren't naturally who I am. I don't want to be somebody I'm not meant to be. I spent too many years living out of place, playing it safe, being in survival mode, and it didn't benefit me at all. Just existing, not thriving, not producing anything, not growing, not developing in any area of my life, because I was playing it safe, because I became who I felt like I needed to be to fit the mold of who the people around me needed me to be so that they can cope with whatever they had going on. That's the only way they feel comfortable. It's not your job to make other people feel comfortable around you. And if you are in environments where you feel like you have to minimize who you are and you can't be your true authentic self, then you are in the wrong space. Do not stay there too long. You gotta move, because there's an environment that's for you, your tribe, your community. There's a place for you where you can thrive. There's a place for you where you can be your true authentic self and become the person that you were always meant to be. And people are going to embrace you in every aspect of who you are. And until you get to that place, do not settle. Don't just accept whatever you can just because I'm gonna just take what I can get. No, don't have that mindset. Don't have let me take what I can get mindset. Now, I'm not saying move out of God's plan and out of his time and out of his purpose. Make sure you include him in everything that you do. Seek him in everything that you do. Get clarity, get confirmation, get guidance, seek wise counsel, but make sure you're moving strategically and don't stay anywhere you're not supposed to be too long. Next thing I learned that I had to do to become me was to face myself. I had to face my flaws. I had to face my traumas. I had to face my fears. I had to face all the things about you that you don't like people calling out. The stuff that's actually true about you, I had to face that. You have to face yourself, and you have to overcome all the obstacles of just the internal battles, the internal struggles, whether it be mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is. You got to face that stuff. because that's the only way you're going to get to the other side of it. And as you're facing it, you're going to have to fight through some things. You might have to cry some tears. You may need to go to therapy. You may need to walk away from some people also when you're facing some things. You also have to hold yourself accountable as you face yourself. Every area where you've been inconsistent. I had to face the fact that I chose comfort over everything else. I chose comfort over fighting for myself. I chose comfort over thriving. I chose comfort over going the extra mile. And I had to face myself and say, hey, you made the choice to be here. Because in whatever I didn't change because I was too comfortable, I was choosing. And so there has to be a level of accountability in the process also. The last thing that you have to do when you're ready to be that girl and take it to the next level and take that next step, you just got to step into it. That's it. Step into it. One of the ways that you can identify the areas where you need to change or where you can start taking steps to implement becoming who you are always meant to be is to start journaling. Start journaling. Start describing the woman that you want to be. Start writing down details of who she is, what she does in a day. What does she do in a day? Who does she talk to? What is her mindset? What does she talk about? What does she think about? What are her hobbies? What are her goals? What are her aspirations? Get to know this person. Write it down. Who do you see yourself being? Where do you see yourself going? What do you see yourself doing? How do you want to impact others also? Write it down. And every day you read over it. You read over it and you affirm who that person is. You affirm yourself over and over again. You keep on affirming it until you believe it, because you have to believe it. So step into it. Hopefully those were some tips that were helpful for you, because I know that you are that girl already. You just didn't know it. Make sure you get your free copy of the self-discovery workbook. That will be linked in the description below. And that's all I have for you today. And as always, I don't want you to ever forget, I don't care what anybody else says, you are that girl. Bye.